Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to treat sudden wealth not as some fun daydream or a wild fantasy, but as a high-stakes emergency that requires immediate action. Usually, when we think of inheriting a massive fortune or hitting the jackpot, we just imagine endless vacations and pure bliss. But today, we're looking at the stark, unfiltered reality of what actually happens when a massive influx of capital suddenly drops right into your lap.
Because get this, shockingly, over 70% of lottery winners are completely broke again within just 3 to 5 years. Think about that for a second. That is a massive majority of people who are handed total, life-changing financial freedom only to watch it completely vanish. And it happens because suddenly getting money and actually knowing how to keep it, well, those are two totally different skill sets.
And that really brings us to the core of our explainer today. Money is just incredibly easy to lose without a plan. Most people have never built real wealth, so the very moment they get it, they're eager to just spend it all. The difference between this money being a massive blessing or an absolute curse, it all comes down to preparation, which is exactly why we're transforming these 15 crucial tips into your absolute, ultimate windfall survival guide.
All right, let's dive right into this. Phase 1, the initial windfall protocol, stopping immediate self-sabotage.
So this phase covers exactly what you must do the very second that massive influx of capital hits your account. Your immediate protocol is incredibly strict, but man, it will save your fortune. Step 1, keep quiet. Seriously, zip your mouth for privacy. The natural instinct is to shout it from the rooftops, but honestly, that's what broke people do. Step 2, pay off your existing debt, but do not, and I mean do not, create any new debt. Debt will literally eat away at your life. And step 3, do not quit your day job just yet. As humans, we're simply not wired to be non-productive. Quitting your job immediately out of pure laziness or spite is literally the first domino falling in a chain reaction that leads right back to personal bankruptcy.
If we break down the timeline of those first few months, after securing the money and paying off those immediate debts, the single most crucial move you can make is letting the rest of the money sit completely untouched for 6 entire months. It's actually not the money that needs time, it's you, your emotions, your identity, and your daily thoughts desperately need time to process and catch up to your new financial reality before you make any sudden, irreversible moves.
Moving right along to Phase 2, eliminating immediate financial threats through defense and education. Okay, we really need to focus on defending your new fortune here. And surprisingly enough, the biggest immediate threat to your wealth is actually your own lack of experience. I mean, a fool and his money are soon parted is a classic saying for a very good reason. You absolutely must make investing in your own financial literacy a top priority before you spend a single dime. You haven't built wealth previously, which means you need to become financially literate to avoid being reckless. You should definitely tap into foundational educational tools, like the Alex Money 101 course, for example, to learn how money actually works behind the scenes. Taking the time to learn those basics, that's how you avoid becoming the fool in this scenario.
And a huge part of that education is knowing exactly who to trust. If you inherited this wealth from a wealthy relative, do not switch their financial advisors. A massive, massive mistake newly wealthy individuals make is moving their money to some new flashy advisor who just ends up drying them out. The expensive, highly exclusive expertise of their current advisor is already proven by the sheer size of the inheritance they helped build and maintain in the first place. You've got to trust that proof.
Now, you might be wondering, what's the biggest, most common trap of sudden wealth? It's the overwhelming instinct to immediately upgrade everything. The urge is to go with option A, buy a massive mansion and buy literally everyone in the family a brand new car. Pro athletes and lottery winners fall for this all the time. But instead of taking on all these massive recurring liabilities, like sky-high property taxes and heavily depreciating cars, your goal should be option B, fix your current life, don't completely replace it. Get comfortable, pay off your current house, but please don't try to instantly live like a billionaire.
That brings us to Phase 3, navigating the social minefield, dealing with external threats and relationships. Because eventually, the cat's going to come out of the bag and the whole world is going to realize you're rich. And you must prepare for some highly complex new problems. The more money you have, the bigger the target on your back becomes. You're suddenly way more likely to face lawsuits, incredibly elaborate scams, and people actively using emotional leverage against you. Everyone is going to have some new can't-miss project or a sudden emergency that your money can magically fix. But listen to me, loaning money to friends will just put massive holes in your safety net. And the absolute worst part, when their business fails or the money is inevitably lost, it completely ruins the relationship anyway. And here is a huge one. Despite the daydream of finally becoming your own boss and starting a company, do not start a business immediately. Look at the reality here. 90% of businesses fail. 9 out of 10. It's so easy to get caught up in the illusion of potential success, but remember, you have already exhausted a ton of your luck just getting this windfall in the first place. Don't sink your crucial funds into a risky vanity project.
Speaking of external threats and bad decisions, sudden wealth acts like a giant magnet for people with hidden personal motives. Giving in to the temptation to cheat on your partner is not only a massive moral failure, it is an incredibly fast, emotionally destructive way to lose literally half of your net worth, plus child support, practically overnight. Temptation is expensive. This money should be used to strengthen your family bond, not destroy it.
Finally, we hit phase 4, sustaining the wealth and building a long-term legacy. This is where we shift our mindset from merely surviving the initial windfall to guaranteeing that this wealth actually lasts for generations to come. First and foremost, you simply can't afford to be a victim of your own bad health choices now. You have the money, so it's time to make sure you can stick around and enjoy it for as long as humanly possible. Use this incredible privilege to go get a full, top-to-bottom medical checkup. Invest in custom-made health, diet, and maintenance plans for both your body and your mind to literally extend your life.
So, what is the ultimate secret to actually sustaining your new fortune? It all comes down to this core concept right here, the 5% rule. To guarantee you don't end up a tragic statistic like that 70% of lottery winners we talked about earlier, you absolutely must deeply understand and implement this. You invest the principal money wisely to generate an annual return, and you strictly only ever spend that return, never the principal.
Think of your wealth like a giant money tree. It's a beautiful metaphor that perfectly captures exactly how the rich actually stay rich. They view their principal investment as the tree itself. They protect that tree at all costs, and they only live off the fruit it yields every year. If you start cutting down the branches, or, spending the principal sum just for some temporary warmth, eventually you'll have absolutely nothing left.
And of course, this protection absolutely has to extend to your kids. You can create true, lasting legacy wealth by using trust to protect your kids from the money itself. A carefully structured trust can provide them with a really comfortable allowance without ever allowing them to touch or accidentally destroy the original investment. Ultimately, your goal here is to play it incredibly safe. The very best mindset you can adopt is to behave as if this crazy event magically cleared your debts, but otherwise, just pretend the windfall never even happened.
To wrap up this explainer, we really have to talk about the law of averages. Whenever luck hits you this heavily out of nowhere, the pendulum always swings back. Borrowing a bit of wisdom from Thanos here, everything must be balanced. If you can stay grounded, play it safe, and maintain your balance, your wealth will grow and take care of you for life. So I'll leave you with this final thought. If that massive windfall hits your account tomorrow, are you truly ready to keep your balance, or will you let the pendulum knock you down? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.